A draw looks like the most likely outcome at the Ageas Bowl, where Glamorgan batted on in their first innings for a 129-run lead, but were then unable to get the necessary wickets to put themselves on top on the penultimate day of their LV County Championship match with Hampshire. Glamorgan resumed their first innings on the third morning on 226 for 4, 123 runs behind their hosts, with all eyes on Chris Cook, who needed 27 more runs to record his maiden first-class 100. He dominated the scoring in an unbroken 56-run stand with Jim Allenby on the previous evening, but on this day it was the more experienced Allenby who was the more fluent. The all-rounder has had an excellent season, especially with the bat. He's rarely failed, and by the end of this innings he was the county's leading run-getter in the championship this year. This was the 8th time that he's got to a 50 this season, and a couple of times he's converted that into 3 figures. That was his 8th 4 in this knock, which has thus far used up 68 deliveries, and that after a slow start on the second day. He struck 3 more quick boundaries, while Cook moved into the nervous 90s for the first time in his short first-class career with his 16th 4. The runs were now coming at a very good lick, but then Allenby on 62 nicked a good one with the second new ball from Sohail Tanvir to Liam Dawson. How Cook wishes he had got to 3 figures before the new cherry was claimed. He too fell to it with an edge of Chris Wood to Sean Irvine. Cook had to leave with 92 runs to his name. After he and Allenby had put on 127 for the 5th wicket in good time, both men had fallen with a total on 297 in the space of 6 balls. But Mark Wallace and Graham Wagg then picked up the mantle, taking their side beyond 300 and then seeing them close in on Hampshire's first innings total of 349. Indeed, they took themselves past that for a lead and a 4th batting bonus point with a stand of 58 in 12 entertaining overs. It took a good one from David Griffiths to find the edge of Wagg's bat as he was caught behind on 33 at 355 for 7. But Wallace kept up the good rate with more boundaries. He was trying now to get as big a first innings lead as possible in the shortest space of time, and shots such as these were only helping his cause. That lead stood at 36 when Wallace was out. On 39, made at around a run a ball, he dragged a wide delivery from Wood back onto his stumps. With 8 men now out, Hampshire would have been hopeful of keeping Glamorgan's lead down to a minimum, but they found John Glover and Dean Kosker difficult men to get rid of. These boundaries from Glover brought up the 400 to give the Welshman maximum batting bonus points with time to spare. With that done, Kosker went after Dawson, twice launching him back over his head for 6s off successive deliveries, as this pair added another 73 runs for the 9th wicket in 17 overs. Glamorgan had gone about their innings almost perfectly, laying a solid foundation on the previous day before pushing on this one. Kosker fell for 39 with a lead standing at 109. Having just taken another 10 runs off 3 balls, he timed his shot off Dawson again, but this time found Jimmy Adams. Kosker had failed to push on for his 50, but Glover did manage that for just the 2nd time in his career. He got there with a single off the 70th ball he'd faced. The declaration soon followed, with Glamorgan on 478 for 8. That gave them a first innings lead of 129, and it looked to be a significant one when Adams was held at short leg 2 balls into Kosker's spell. Into the final session of the day, and suddenly Hampshire had their backs to the wall and had to battle hard to keep their wickets intact. Thankfully, they had 2 men at the crease suited to the job in Michael Carberry and Dawson. Carberry is in excellent form at the moment, and his wicket was going to be crucial, but he showed few signs of giving it away as he and his partner batted solidly as they began to restore parity in this contest. Having made 154 and 66 in his last match at Kent, Carberry added his second 50 in this game and his 5th overall this summer off his 94th delivery, an innings including 7 fours. Add to that the amount of T20 runs he scored of late. He enjoyed taking on the Glamorgan spinners as much as their pace men, as he passed 10,000 first-class runs, adding a couple more boundaries to his tally as his partnership with Dawson moved on to 82 to reduce the arrears to just 27 runs. His pull shot does bring him a lot of runs, but on this occasion it also brought about his dismissal as he found Gareth Rees in the deep off Wagg, to go for a hard-working 62. That gave Glamorgan another 20 minutes to try to prize out another wicket, but Dawson stuck at his task well with the night watchman Wood as they saw out the last half a dozen overs. So going into the last day, Hampshire have 115 for 2 on the board, with Dawson making 34 of those, and that puts them just 14 runs behind with 8 wickets still in hand. So it may be difficult for either side to force a result from here.